Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Salwa Khuzaimatu from class E, third semester. Okay, first of all, there are so many definitions of translation based on several experts. According to Peter Newmark, translation is the transfer of messages and information from one language to another. Meanwhile, according to Catford, translation means the activity of replacing textual material in one language with equivalent textual material in another language. So in general, translation is changing an expression into one's own language or another language. Texts that are translated are different. Of course, the translation techniques used will also different depending on the needs. This time, I will translate a literary text. The text is taken from The Adventure of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Okay, jump to the first one. Well, the woman fell to talking about how hard times was and how poor they had to live and how the rats was as free as if they owned the flesh and so forth and so on. And then I got easy again. Translated into wanita itu mulai berbicara lagi, berbicara tentang keadaan buruk yang harus mereka derita, betapa miskin keadaan mereka, dan betapa tikus-tikus di rumah itu begitu berani, hingga seolah-olah tikus-tikus itulah yang memiliki rumah. Okay, this sentence uses free translation to convey the gist of the message that the woman started talking about the hardships of life without sticking to the original sentence structure. And then the second, she said she had to have things handy to throw at them when she was alone. Translated into, kata wanita itu, ia terpaksa menyediakan sesuatu untuk alat pelempar tikus-tikus itu. Translated using communicative method. This sentence emphasizes the speaker's intention, which is to protect themselves. The word handy translates supposed to be ready or within easy reach, but the context is adapted to the fit the station. The third is, she showed me a bar of lead twist up into a knot. Translated into, ditunjukkannya sepotong tembaga yang dipuntir hingga merupakan simpul. Translated using literal translation. This method translates the text on a word-for-word basis. In this text, some phrases are translated literally to maintain a simple and informal language style. The result is often stilted and unnatural, but it is useful for understanding the basic structure of the sentence. The sentence describes the object in detail, so a literal translation is considered to most appropriate to maintain the visualization of the object. Next, it hurt her arm, so becomes kesakitan. This method is modulation because it changes the point of view. For example, changing a positive sentence into a negative one or vice versa. For example, the sentence emphasizes the effect of the action. Next, kalku. This method involves translating an idiom even though the result may not fully match the target language. For example, in this text, the phrase "I let drive" might be translated literally as cepat-cepat. Also, if the next one, this is an example of kalku. The actual meaning is menangkap or memukul, and in the text is translated as melempar. And then borrowing. Some words or phrases may be borrowed directly from the source language without translation. This is often done to retain the nuances of the original or specific terms that do not have exact equivalence in the target language. For example, words like recon or hang may be borrowed because there is no perfect equivalent in Indonesian language. I recon I should like a leaf in the text becomes gulungan benang, and tubuhku gemetar bagaikan daun ditiup badai. And then lastly, equivalent. Equivalent method uses different expression but has the same meaning. For example, in the text, she went on talking about her and her husband's matters. Translated into sambil bekerja, ia berbicara tentang suaminya. Translated into sambil bekerja, ia berbicara lagi tentang suaminya. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.